I hold a strange hand of cards. I'm a performer, a celebrant, and I run a green burial ground. My name's Liz Rothschild, and I run Westmill Woodland Burial Ground. I'm a celebrant, which doesn't necessarily mean anything to some people, but it means I'm a person who might help a family arrange a funeral, work out what they want to do in it, and maybe also speak at it in a way like a mistress of ceremonies. What got me started on this was that when I was in my early 30s, a very close friend of mine called Carol died very unexpectedly. She got a brain clot. Within 24 hours she was dead. It was a huge shock. It was the first time for any of us that one of our contemporaries had died, and it led us down a whole journey about deciding how we were going to do her funeral. This death brought certain questions. Carol was gay and an atheist. We knew there was nothing on the shelf to suit her. We had to do it ourselves. For days we gathered in a friend's house, shared letters, photographs, food and stories. And I thought to myself, this is how it should be. We're the ones who knew her. We're the ones who loved her. She would have approved, but she would have said, "Where's the carver?" So we went out and bought a bottle. If we accept we're going to die, we wake up to being alive. And we also realise that now's the moment to say the thing you wanted to say, to have the experience you've been meaning to have for ages. In the United Kingdom, 70% of us die without will or letter of wishes. I still get surprises. I've been in places where I really did expect it to be different. There are people for whom the whole subject is so difficult and threatening that you will perhaps never encourage them to talk about it. And several palliative care nurses have said to me, don't knock denial unless you can put something better in its place. And I think that's really wise advice. But at the same time, I don't think we should be cowed by that, because my experience is a huge number of people do want to talk about it, and that after every show there are these incredible conversations in which people are sharing their stories, things that worked, things that didn't work, advice, questions. The woman pointed to a large, brightly coloured box. This is where I keep my lasting powers of attorney, my will, my death plan, and my funeral wishes. Right in the heart of her busy, messy life. My husband and my children all know about it. Everyone smiled and nodded. We all agreed what an excellent idea this was. Then she said it. Who here has made their will? There were about 18 of us in the room. I put up my hand, and one other. 2 out of 18.
Oh, I thought it was great. Really, really thought-provoking, and yeah, just very easy to listen to. Just the constant sort of stream of stories and thoughts, and yeah, really interesting.
The truth is, I like being with people who know they are dying. I like being with people who've been bereaved. I've never been very good at small talk. None is required. And I have seen things happening that I do not like, concerning our society and the death industry. And I suspect that many of you will have seen or experienced some of these things too.
It was a fantastic show. Liz is a natural raconteur, and it's so refreshing to hear an hour or more about death.
Birth stories are welcomed. We seek them out. They're seen as valuable in the cultural store of experience. We're much more likely to have heard of Braxton Hicks than Cheyne Stokes. There's a national childbirth group in most places these days. Where are the death groups?
Well, it was just such a lovely time, and we had just enjoyed. She was an inspirational lady, and she just had such lovely sparkly eyes, and it just made you feel positive about the whole experience.